Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for coming back, I really appreciate it. Today I'm going to go over my preschoolers curriculum, all the materials that we've been using. And in case you didn't know, I said this in the last video. I'll put it up here. I used to teach preschool long time ago, like I don't know, 8 or 9 years ago. I taught preschool and it's so fun. I love preschool age. I love kindergarten. It's just really, really fun. I taught kindergarten last year, homeschool for my youngest son. And so now I'm doing preschool for my youngest. She's going to be 4 in a couple of days. So we're doing preschool, and then next year I'll homeschool pre-K and get her ready for kindergarten. So today I'm going to share all of the materials, all the curriculum, what is working for us, and kind of like our routine of what we do. We don't necessarily have like very structured or like time limited stuff. It's kind of like free flowing. If she is like really into a certain activity that we're doing, then we'll just keep going. If we started to activity and she's like not feeling it and she is getting antsy and kind of grumpy, then we kind of move on and do something else. Because if I keep trying to push her with a certain thing and she's antsy and grumpy, it's just going to ruin the rest of the day for doing homeschool. So, and she's going to be 4. So it doesn't need to be rushed or pushed for her. We just kind of do like a free flowing kind of thing, I guess. And I know what works best for her and what she really likes. So I like to kind of do more materials, more subjects, more things that kind of are in her favor that she really enjoys, just to kind of keep the day as positive as can be. My dog's being very loud behind me. I can see my dog. Okay, so let me take a drink of coffee. Okay, so currently she's actually upstairs brushing her teeth and getting dressed and getting ready for the day. So that's what we do. The other kids are off at school. And then we typically start 8:30, 9 o'clock. Just kind of depends on the morning. And this morning is pretty gloomy out. It's like, I don't know, it's not super fun. So we're having a slow morning and I'm reheating another cup of coffee because my first one got really cold and I really don't like cold coffee. Okay, so yeah, she typically gets dressed by herself, she brushes her teeth, and then I'll do her hair, and then we'll get started. So we, first thing we do to start our day is we say the pledge, and I have a little flag back there because I don't have like a flagpole or anything. So I stuck one in there and we say the pledge, and then we sit down, or not sit down, we do the calendar. I'll show you that in a second. We do the calendar, we sing the days of the week song. She likes to do it herself. Now she's getting to be kind of sassy and stubborn right now. So she's like, I want to do it by myself. Okay, cool. You know, shows her independence, that's fine. So she'll sing the days of the week and kind of point to it. I'll get her started and then she's like, oh yeah, I know the song, and then she'll do it. And then it helps her with number recognition as well, and some letter recognition because I point to the day of the week and what it starts with. And then I also point to December, that's the D, and it makes the D sound. And then when we do the calendar, I'll ask her what's the next number after this. And if she can't really remember, then I'll start 2 numbers beforehand. So like I'll do 12, 13, and then she'll get it and she'll find the number and stick it on the calendar. Then after that, we sit down for kind of a circle time, and I don't necessarily have a morning basket because it's just her. So we just have our own little circle time. And like I said, I don't have like a morning basket. We just kind of do whatever for circle time. So for circle time, I will read 1 or 2 stories from her Bible. We got this at Meyer. It was like the last one and she really wanted it. I was like, perfect. That'll be great for our circle time. So this is just the beginner's Bible, and I read like 1 or 2 stories from it. And while I'm reading this, she has the option to do her lacing letters. So this helps her with her fine motor skills. And then also letter recognition, letter sounds. We go through the pictures on here and what the B sounds like, and then she'll kind of do the lacing as I read from her beginner Bible book. So after I read a couple of stories from her Bible book, then I will pick a couple of books from here. We went to the library recently. We finally found a library, and I finally have a card. We moved to Indiana in April, and I just kept forgetting to go do it, and I finally did. This was like the push for me to get the library card and finally get some books, because there's only so many books in our house, and they've like looked at all of them. So we needed some new books for homeschool. So either I'll pick some books or I'll let her pick some. And then while I'm reading, she also has the option to do, we found this at the library, and I think I'm going to keep renewing it unless, you know, there's a hold on it. But this is really good. This helps with, again, letter recognition, and then she can trace the letters with her finger. So this is a really good book for her to practice her letters and some tracing, and just kind of like what the letter sounds like. So she can do this too while I read. She doesn't have to do this. It's just an option. But I'll pick 1 or 2 books from our library book bin, and then we'll read that for a little bit. And then we'll move on to more of like our curriculum activities that we have for the day. So this is the calendar, and actually this is the one, and I'm really happy I kept it. This is from when I taught preschool years ago. So like I'm saying, like a long time ago. So I laminated the actual calendar. I laminated all of the months, but I wasn't very smart when I did the Velcro. I didn't laminate the numbers before I Velcroed it, so I can't laminate them right now, but they've held up pretty well. So that is her calendar that we do every day. We sing the days of the week. She puts a new number on. We haven't done the new number yet today. And then we go over, you know, the D. And then as we get more into the alphabet, I already took the A. We had A decorations up here, but I took them down because now we're moving on to B and C. So then once she does her little art projects, we'll put them around the calendar. And that's kind of her little calendar area. This is where she does a lot of her work, her paperwork or her paintings. I got this off of Amazon. I'll link all of this below. This was also off of Amazon. It's super cute. I really, really like it. These were from Target, but this top comes off, and then there's storage in there as well. So I could actually use this as a sensory table if I wanted to, but right now it's just holding more coloring books. And then these chairs are a perfect size for her and her brother, who is 6. He sits in these perfectly well. And they have little bins. I really don't use the bins, but if I needed to, like if she wanted her own little things in there, she could. But super cute table. Right? You like your table? Mm-hmm. That's where she does her schoolwork. Okay, well, she joined me. I am never by myself, but it's okay. So real quick, I shared this planner in the last video that I did. So this is a planner. It is a blank one, and I prefer this one because we started so late with homeschool. We started in early this month. It's just kind of loud. So I wanted a blank one, and that would last me a while, and then I can kind of, I don't know, I just like it better. I don't want it so date specific. I just would rather have it blank. So again, this is what it looks like. It's blank, and I can look at the whole week and plan out my whole week for her preschool. So the curriculum that I chose for Zoe is The Good and the Beautiful for preschool. I did master books for my kindergartner last year, and it worked really well, but I've heard really good things of The Good and the Beautiful from other homeschooling moms. So I wanted to try it out for myself. So it's really cute and colorful, and they have a good amount of resources too. So like little video songs that I can share with Zoe. But let me just kind of open this up. So we're only on, again, unit 1. I still need to take this out and laminate it and put it on the wall for her. But anyway, so it tells you, it's really nice because it tells you like prompts to tell your kid, questions to tell your kid. And then, so for like this little first activity, she had to just, find the A's and kind of color them in. What else? There's an ABC song on their website that we did together. There's other songs and videos that you can do for, each letter or letter sounds, which is nice. It also came with, so she's also practicing her tracing along with letter recognition, letter sounds. We're practicing her fine motor skills with tracing. So she's tracing here. They had a scissor page, so she's also practicing cutting. So yeah, really am enjoying this. This also came with practice sheets. So so every letter that we do, I like to do a little art project with it. So we're gonna do B next. So I'm gonna rip this out, and I have bubble wrap. So she's going to paint the bubble wrap, and we're kind of like gonna glue this on it. I'll figure it out. But this is gonna be like our art project, our letter art project. And then for C, we'll do maybe like cupcakes. So I'll have her cut out little pieces of paper and like sprinkle them on. And I have cupcake wrappers. So we'll, glue some wrappers on, some cotton balls to look like frosting. So this is just a fun art project that we'll do, and then we'll hang it up in our room. So the practice sheets are nice. I also saved practice sheets. I have to find them. Okay, so these are the practice sheets that I just kind of tore out, and I just marked the days that I want to do them for her. So like for this one, it's just letter recognition. She has to find the D's, and then the sounds, and then circle like bell goes with B, so she has to find the letter that it goes with. There's also folder games that came with the curriculum. We haven't started that yet. I think we're gonna start that the next week. So it's all file folder games. I might laminate them. I haven't laminated them yet, but I mean, y'all know I'm obsessed with laminating because everything just lasts longer. Like that calendar has lasted me almost 10 years. But it comes with the folder games and all the little pieces that go with it. You just have to punch them out and put it with the game. And then in the curriculum, it'll say, whatever lesson you're on, it'll also say play the game too. I mean, it's optional, but of course we will be playing the games. So that is super cute. It also comes with flashcards. So we're gonna do some flashcard work for letter recognition as well, and letter sounds. So this curriculum came with a lot. So the curriculum also came with preschool writing, not necessarily like writing letters and stuff like that. It's more tracing for 3 and 4 year olds. So I could have the option of getting like a spiral bound notebook, but I wanted it faster and not have to wait for shipping. So I just downloaded it and printed them out, and this is what it looks like. All she's doing is just tracing. We're already a couple pages in, but the first page was like drawing a line and then drawing like a curved line. So they get to trace it and then color it. And each day she's going to do one, and then it gets, harder as the pages go on. So it's just another way for her, again, to work on those fine motor skills, work on tracing, work on gripping the pencil. So yeah, just a fun little activity. Yes.
I don't have a snack.
Okay, can you go get dressed, please?
But I don't want to.
Go get dressed, and then you can show everybody your pretty clothes that you're gonna wear, okay? So another book I picked up is Learning How to Read. It is Teach Your Child to Read in 100 Easy Lessons. I got this off of Amazon. I will link it below for you to try. It's really neat. It's just like 15-minute lessons, and it prompts you on what to say to your kid, how to start sounding out letters, and then putting the letter sounds together to form a word. So it's super interesting. Again, we're only on like 2 lessons and we're not very far. She seems to really like it. She knows, you know, how to start at one point and go and then do the letter sound. So we'll see how this pans out after the 100 lessons, but so far, so good. So this is like the bulk of the materials that we use in here. I've had this container for a while. I saw another homeschool mom use it and I was like, that's genius, because I'm so sick of having all these like random bags and bins everywhere. So everything is in here and I'm gonna show you what I have. A lot of it I printed out, a lot of it was saved from last year with my kindergartner, and some of these sheets he got from his school. So long story short, he was in a public school for kindergarten and pulled him out because it wasn't working out with, you know, the whole online learning thing. So we pulled him out, and a lot of the worksheets that are in here were from his teacher that were sent home, and I just kept them and laminated them, and then we're using them now. So it worked out pretty good. So anyways, really like this bin. The top is pretty much what we use a lot. It's just got dry erase markers in here. I got these colored sticks that she uses for making shapes for her shape mats. So yeah, dry erase markers are in here. I printed these out. They're from themeasuredmom.com. I'll put the link in. It's a free printable. And these work well for her bear patterns. So I just laminated them and hooked them on a binder ring. But anyway, so we say the pattern out loud and then she finishes the pattern with her bear. Those counting bears you can get anywhere. But I got mine off of Amazon a couple years ago when we still have them. So this is really well for like her math, or if we need just a little morning activity to do, she likes to do this. I have her name written down and she practices tracing and writing her name. And she already recognizes her name. She knows how to spell her name. We started that at the beginning of the year, and I actually laminated and put her name on her chair at the dinner table. So every time she would sit down to eat, she saw her name and she recognized the letter. So she already knows how to spell her name and recognizes her name. Our calendar numbers are in here. I had these printed out and laminated last year. So there's just little flashcards that she can look through, and I separated them. So these are obviously the capital letters, and I have lowercase letters. And I think eventually, as she's learning more her letters and starting to master them, I'll play a matching game with these. You know, the A and the lowercase a go together. We'll play a game like that. I also have the numbers 1 through 20 laminated on a ring. So we practice the number flashcards. I printed out, oh gosh, I'm gonna have to find the link for this. But this is also another free printable, but I can't remember the website. But I'll link it below. So these are, I saw another homeschool mom do this, so I snagged it from her as well. But these are counting with clips. So I got these little clips, and all she has to do is count the elves, and it's 5. So she takes her clip and clips it on 5. So again, it's good for number recognition, counting, and fine motor skills to take the clip and clip it on number 5. So we do that pretty much every day. She just likes it. And these are seasonal too. So this free printable, you can find, you know, spring ones and fall ones and summer ones. So just to kind of keep it interesting and new and fresh for your little one. I have more lacing strings. So that's what she uses for her lacing cards, or eventually when we're going to be like doing a pattern, what you can do is cut some plastic straws, different colors, and lace them into a pattern for fine motor skills and for your math. Some random shapes. We haven't used them yet. I don't even know if I am going to use them. This is from last year with my kindergartner, so I don't know what I'm going to do with these yet. Okay, this is not a free printable. This was actually from like I said, from my son's teacher last year. It was like a big packet that was sent home, and then I kept it, and I didn't laminate it. I just put it in these protector sheets, but I colored it just to make it more colorful for your kid to look at. But she's been practicing tracing her A on this, sounding it out, and then finding both uppercase and lowercase a. And I have the whole alphabet here. So as we get going with it, this is just a fun little activity she can do. Either while I'm reading a book, or if she's just kind of getting antsy and bored, we can move to another room and she can kind of color this with a dry erase marker. These are the shape mats that I was talking about. This is another free printable. Gotta love all those free printables. So this is nice. So she could take her craft sticks and match them, or we can use these for Play-Doh. She can take Play-Doh and match them. But yeah, there's just different shapes in here. I will find the link and link it below for you. This is our number, I don't know, number pages, whatever you want to call it. Kind of like the alphabet, but there's number ones. So the number is number 2. So she has to find number 2 and circle it. Again, this is with those binder protector pages. This isn't laminated, so I can take it out and swap it if I want to. What else is in here are shapes. So she can trace the shapes, and then we count the sides and we count like the corners, stuff like that for shapes. She's pretty good with her shapes already. There are tracing number pages in here. So we're actually going to be working on number 2 for today. So she's going to trace number 2. And then this one is a lot of fun. She likes doing this one. I will try to find something close to this. But yeah, it's just like bobbing for apples game. But what I did was I cut all the pieces out. Let me see if I can find it. Hang on. Here they are. So I cut the little pieces out and put Velcro on them, and she has to match the number with it. So she takes the corresponding number and matches it on here. And it's super random. I just have them spread out on the table, and she takes one and then finds the matching number with it. So again, really good for fine motor skills and number recognition. And again, it's super random. I'm not going in order. I want her to recognize the numbers in a random order. You guys, this bin is still filled with good stuff. All right, more free printables. And Good and the Beautiful have scissor pages as well for cutting. So again, I want her to practice cutting on her own. And a good way to have your kid do it, if it's too hard for them to hold and cut at the same time, is I just tape one up there. So then all she has to do is focus on cutting up, and it's taped on somewhere, and then they're not getting frustrated and turning the page. It's just, it's taped somewhere on a wall or a table, and they're just focusing on cutting. Okay, so you can find these free printables anywhere, or you can make some your own, but we do a lot of cutting and scissor work throughout the week for her. I got some letter stickers. I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet. I also got larger clips. What else? Some cubes. We did some patterns yesterday, and we did less and more yesterday too. These were from an old teacher, and I just saved them. What else? This was from a library group that we did once, and it was online, and she was bored and didn't want to do it anymore. But this came with her bag of goodies for the library group. So I kept them, and eventually they're just like rhythm sticks. So when we do some type of like a music movement or something, then she can kind of use these with it. Okay, I think we're getting down to the last couple of pieces in my curriculum bin. So I got these like pipe cleaners. So we'll do them for arts and crafts, or again, we'll do them for fine motor skills for like beading. You can cut up straws. You can do patterns with it. So we'll just use them for whatever. Alphabet bingo. I did this last year with my kindergartner, and this is how Zoe started recognizing her letters, because she would play with us. So I would just hold out a letter and my kindergarten got it right away. And then with Zoe, I would kind of hold it close to the letter and then she would match it. So eventually we'll be playing some letter bingo too. And you can find this anywhere. Just search for it and it'll come up and then just print it off. Super easy. But I did laminate it so that we can keep using it, and she'll just use a dry erase marker or some random buttons or whatever she wants to use. But this way we can kind of erase it and then keep using it. So a couple other fun things is she likes to do the dot paint, those dot arts. I'm sure you guys have all seen them, but this is good again for letter recognition. So she just dots her little paint dots on the letter A's. And I don't remember what this is from. This is another free printable. I will find it and link it below. And this Mama has all the letters of the alphabet, and there's different pages. So Zoe did B yesterday, and it had a boat on it, and she dotted that. And then they had the letter B, and she dotted all the B's in the letter B. So I will find the link for this and put it down below. One other thing that we do pretty much every day, again, she traces her name, and all you need to do is get these big clips, and then you put the letters on, and she will match the letter and clip it on. So again, it's good for matching, number recognition, and fine motor skills. And we do this almost every day because I really want her to get used to matching her letters, and then I really want her practicing writing her name. Okay, one last thing, I think. We also signed up for the Kiwi the Kiwi Crate subscription. So we just got our first one the other day, and actually all my kids now have a subscription for it because they saw her doing it, and they saw my other son doing his. He made a arcade grabber hand, and they were like, that's super cool. So now all of my kids are on a subscription for it. But anyway, Zoe got the rainbow box. So we made her little art project yesterday, and she made a pillow. So we made this one the other day, and then she made her pillow, which is now in her bed because she really likes it. And so we still have to do the tote bag, but it's a fun little mail for her. Again, it's just something else that's different and fun for her to do. So every month she's going to get a new box, get, some new mail, which is fun. And then it also comes with a book. So the other day we kind of read through this book in like our circle time. And it also has other craft ideas for you to do. So I think maybe over winter break, we're going to make some rainbow crayons because we have a ton of crayons, and I'm sure I can find some broken ones. And Tucker would like to do this too, my first grader. He would like to break the crayons and then put them in here to make them. So I highly recommend signing up for the Kiwi Crate. It's super cute, and the kids like getting mail. Who doesn't like getting fun mail? And it just kind of keeps them, I don't know, interested in something different. So we signed up for this. This is also part of kind of our curriculum. Okay, so real quick, that's all of my materials, all the curriculum, except for more painting and stuff like that. We do a lot of art in my house. My kids love art. So I incorporate that as much as I can with the curriculum and day-to-day stuff. We also go outside as much as we can. But anyway, so kind of like our me and Zoe's routine for homeschool is we start about 8:30, 9 o'clock. And like I said, we do the pledge, we do the calendar, we read Bible. That's kind of like our circle time is we do the Bible. I read some other books that she wants. She'll work on her lacing skills. Just helps her to kind of just sit and focus, and then she's still listening to the book while she's lacing. And then after that, I kind of just start with whatever I feel like starting with that day, to be honest. Like, it's not like we're going to start with math and then we're going to do reading. It's kind of just a free-flowing thing of, okay, she's in a really good mood today. We're going to start with sitting down and reading and focusing on her like letters and stuff like that. So it just kind of depends on how she is that morning. If she's like really focused and ready to go, then I'm going to go for more of like the harder stuff to kind of get her going. And then we'll end with like the easier stuff, if that makes sense. So usually when we do, after we read the books, we'll go sit at that table and she'll work on her letter pages that she needs to work on. We'll do some matching with letters. We'll do some tracing. We'll do cutting. We'll get as much done when she's sitting, especially if she's sitting really well. I'll get as much done as I can. And then after that, we'll move somewhere else. We'll move to the floor and we'll work on some of her math. So some of like the clip cards that we do, we'll do some flashcards. We'll do some shape patterns, making a picture of it. We'll work on the bear patterns down here. It's just a different like seating area, just kind of keep her more interested. I like to keep it flowing and not have her sit there the whole time. So after we get her like language arts, her writing, and her math done, and again, we don't do that every day. It just depends on the day and what I really kind of want her to get focused on and get done. But after we do that, then we usually have a snack and we'll do a little like freeze dance just to get her like body moving again, get the wiggles out. And that's kind of when we do an art project. So we go to the kitchen table because it's going to be messy and we do art. And then after her art is done, that's when I'll do her learning to read lesson. And we usually sit at the couch and we just kind of snuggle together and we do it together, snuggled on the couch. And then that's pretty much it for her school day. Then she'll have lunch, and if it's nice out, we'll play outside or we'll play in the basement. But that's pretty much it for her school. So her chunk of homeschool is in the morning for maybe 3 hours. It just kind of depends on the morning. If she wants to keep going, then we'll do more. If she wants to do more after lunch, then we'll do more. But it's typically for 3 hours in the morning, and then we're done and we have lunch, and then we have the rest of the day to just play and hang out, and then the big kids come home. So that's kind of our homeschool routine. And while she's doing like her art project or Play-Doh and doesn't need a whole lot of help, then I'll kind of like go through the house real quick and like start a little laundry or vacuum real quick. If she's doing more independent work and can do it by herself, she likes to do, the art by herself. She likes to do gluing by herself and Play-Doh by herself. She doesn't want any help from me. She's very independent. So when she's doing that more independent work, that's when I'll get some, house chores done real quick. If you're wondering, well, how do I get it done? Some days I don't get it done. Some days it's after dinner and then I'm like, I need to do some laundry now, or I need to vacuum now, whatever. So, but that's kind of when I try to get a good chunk of it done. And then usually after lunch, we'll head down to the basement and I'll work out, or I'll put another little kid workout video for her while I'm working out. Or if she's in a grumpy mood, she'll watch a movie while I work out. But that's how I also get my workouts in too, is after lunch when she's kind of having her chill time, or when she wants to work out too, then she'll work out with me. But that's kind of what our curriculum looks like, what our homeschooling preschool routine looks like. So hopefully you found this helpful and beneficial. And thank you so much for joining again. Please remember to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and turn on the notification bell so you know when I post more videos like this. So thank you so much for joining again, and have a blessed day.